My buddy Quest here is going to help us demonstrate how we can use counter conditioning to create a positive association with the sound of fireworks. Now, I'm using the Tricky Trainer chicken liver. These are soft treats. The important thing is your dog has to really, really like these treats. And so if your dog's not interested in them, but you think they're really good treats, it doesn't matter. Your dog has to find them irresistible. All right, so what I'm doing with these are meat-based, and so I can squish it. And so what I do is I squish it like a pancake, and then I let him nibble on it. Now, I mentioned this because you want to give your dog some experience nibbling on them first. They're used to you having put in the whole treat in their mouth. Now, if you have a dog with a hard mouth, you might have to search how to train my dog to have a soft mouth so they don't bite your fingers off when you're doing this, but I'm going to assume that your dog doesn't have that problem. All right, so I've got a recording of fireworks that we're going to start playing here in a second, and the key for counter conditioning is you want to be delivering the positive reinforcer, in this case the treat, before the sound starts. Now, these are little training treats. As you can see, they're pretty small. You can get about 3 or 4 bites out of them, which works pretty well. Sometimes for this sort of technique, because we're going to do this for like 2 minutes, I find going and getting a big piece of roast beef cut by your deli, but getting cut about 1/3 of an inch thick, and then doing slices of it. So you have kind of a strip that you can kind of do as a push-up, and then your dog is continually chewing on it. I'm just going to move really fast with these training treats. Either one works. Just find the technique that's good for you. All right, Sam is going to back up a little bit, give us a little bit more perspective. Are you ready, Adam? Yep. Okay, so we're delivering the treat. Go ahead. So you see his ears move. He heard that. And we're playing the sound of fireworks, but it's just so small and so low volume that although you can see his ears are shifting around, he is aware of them. He's not freaking out and running away. If your dog freaks out or stops taking the treat or looks away, then it's too loud. So either move yourself further away from the speaker or turn the volume of it down. Now, this is a fireworks where it's got like it sounds like some bottle rockets as well as some firecrackers and some crackly things. Your dog is reactive to different types of sounds. Then find a recording that more closely resembles the type of sound that your dog is reactive to. And basically, I don't let my dogs put their paw on me when we're doing this sort of thing. That's a control thing. And then basically, you want to make sure you're delivering these treats the whole time or as quickly of an iteration in between as possible. Now, it's hard because the dog will slobber on your hand a little bit, so you might have to get a towel or just wipe it down on yourself, wipe it on your dog real quick, and then go grab another one. But each time you're doing this, you're going to raise the volume up a little bit. One of the little secrets that I've learned, dogs kind of file away what they learned while they're sleeping. So if you do this, 1 to 2 minutes, Quest, mailman, Quest, here. So if you do this for 1 or 2 minutes and then get your dog to take a nap before you actually practice this again, it'll help them kind of recall the information better. And each time you do it, like I said, you're going to turn it up a little bit more. That's it, Adam. All right. Now, one last little thing: when you're doing this outside, if your dog is reactive to visuals, Quest, sit. So you might have to do it with one of the fireworks that makes a flame or shoots sparks or whatever it is. Same principle. We want to be so far away that the dog doesn't react. My 2 tests are: can I get my dog to stay in a sit? And can I get it to take the treat? If it loses interest in the treat or gets up out of the sit, usually it's an indication we're reaching the breaking point. We need to do this what we call sub-threshold. So let's say that I have somebody over there 25 yards away, whatever the distance is. You got to do it so far away that the dog doesn't get startled and want to run away. I hold a treat like this. I'm going to hold it in my left hand. I'm going to curl these 3 fingers into like a fist and hold this up so it kind of looks like an OK sign, so you can see the hand orientation. I'm going to smash it, and I'm going to put these 3 fingers underneath his chin. As you can see, I can change his orientation just by moving the treat up and down. The whole point of this is you want him looking at the firework, and he's chewing on this before it starts, and the guy lights it, and he's looking at it while it's burning, but he's still interested in chewing the treats. So you may have a situation where he is able to look at it before it lights. But as soon as it lights, the dog wants to run away. If the dog wants to run away, have it on a leash so it's safe, but allow it to move away. Otherwise, that can cause a problem into itself. And then just have the person move further and further away. You might have to have them halfway down the block. When I did with Quest, I had a neighbor about 5 houses away when we lit off the first firecracker. After doing it progressively, we were able to light off firecrackers about where the camera is, 50 of them, and Quest just looked over and kept on chewing on the treat, and that's what you're looking for. The idea with the counter conditioning principles, you want to break it down in individual elements. So in this one, we're just doing the audio, the one we just got done doing. Later on, we might do it with the visual, where it's way across. Now also keep in mind that fireworks look different during the day and during the evening. So you might want to do these at dusk or at night if that's one of the problems your dog has. Another problem that dogs have is the smell. It's a sulfur smell. So if your dog is sensitive to that, try to arrange it so that the wind is at your back blowing this way, and the fireworks are over there. So the fireworks are essentially downwind, and you're not having the fireworks come. Then eventually you might do smoke bombs or something that has that sulfur smell upwind, where your dog is doing this, where there's no popping, and it's just the sound and the smell of, well, not even the sound, it's just the smell of that sulfur. So we can break it down by sight, by sound, and by smell, deprogram by counter conditioning and desensitize your dog. Eventually your dog sees, smells, or hears any of these things and doesn't react. This is how you get your dog to not be afraid of fireworks.